there, welcome back to Storybook Crochet. I'm Heather, and in today's video I will guide you through the enchanting rocking crochet stitch. This beautiful stitch combines lace and texture, making it perfect for creating simple yet stunning baby blankets. For this tutorial I'll be using a worsted weight size 4 yarn and a USH hook. So gather your supplies and let's dive in. We'll begin the rocking stitch by making a slip knot, followed by creating an even number of chains. The total number of chains you'll create will depend on the size of blanket that you want to make. I'll provide a chart on the screen to help you determine the right measurements for your blanket. Just remember to finish with an even number of chains. Alright, to start row 1, we're going to start by single crocheting 2 stitches together. And this will be a repeated process throughout this stitch pattern. So to do this, you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into that second chain from your hook. So we're skipping this first one, and you're going to insert into that second chain there. You're going to grab your yarn and pull it through. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into the next chain. You're going to grab your yarn and pull it through. So you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3. So that is a single crochet together. So we turn those 2 chains into 1 stitch there. So that is the first stitch for row number 1. After this, we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to single crochet over 3 together. But what we're going to do for our first one is we're going to insert our hook into the same chain as our last stitch that we made. So go to that very same stitch there, grab your yarn, pull it through, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull it through, and then go into the next stitch. Grab your yarn, pull it through. So we're going to turn 3 stitches into 1 with this process. Then you'll have 4 loops on your hook at this point. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4. And you're just going to repeat that across. So you're going to chain 1, insert your hook into the last chain that you used for the last stitch, pull it through, insert your hook, pull it through, insert your hook and pull it through. Okay, and then you'll yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. Okay, I'll show you that one more time. So chain 1, insert your hook into the same chain as the last one that you made. Pull that through, insert your hook, pull it through, insert your hook. Pull that through. You'll have your 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and then pull through all 4. So you're just going to repeat the chain 1 and the single crochet together with 3 chains all the way across for row number 1. Just make sure when you start your chain that you go into that same stitch that you ended the last stitch in. So you'll want to go into that twice with each one. Alright, after you have created your last 3 single crochets together here, you're going to chain 1. We're going to go into that last stitch that we just used, pull our yarn through, go through the last chain for the round, grab your yarn and pull it through. So we're just single crocheting 2 together for the last stitch here. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, and that completes round number 1, and that's what that should look like. To start row number 2, which will be our repeating row, this is the row we will repeat over and over again to create our blanket. We're going to start by chaining 1, and then we're going to turn our piece over. And you'll do that at the end of each row to complete this blanket. So after our chain 1 and turning, we're going to start again with single crocheting 2 together. So you're going to go into that first stitch there, yarn over and pull your loop through, go into the next stitch here, yarn over and pull your loop through. Then you'll yarn over and pull through all 3, turning those 2 stitches into 1. And then we're just going to switch over to doing our 3 single crochets into 1 stitch after that. So chain 1, go into that same stitch as the last single crochet you just made, pull your yarn through, go into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, and then go into the next stitch, pull your yarn through. You'll have your 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4, and that is our first 3 single crochets together. And you'll just repeat that across. So chain 1, go into the same stitch as your last stitch for the previous one, pull your loop through, go into the next stitch, pull your loop through, and in the next stitch, pull your loop through. Yarn over and pull through all 4. So just repeat that across until you get to the end of row number 2. Okay, so once you get your last 3 single crochets together finished for row 2, you're going to chain 1, go into the same stitch as the last stitch of your previous one, pull your yarn through, and then go into the last stitch of the row, pull your yarn through, and then pull through all 3, creating your very last stitch, which will be 2 single crochets together. Once you have that last stitch made, you chain 1 and turn your piece over. So at this point, you're just going to repeat row number 2 over and over. So I'm going to show you one more time how to begin this. So you're going to crochet 2 together for your first stitch. So insert your hook, pull your yarn through, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So that's your first 2 single crochets together. So just remember that you'll have 2 single crochets together at the beginning, 2 single crochets together at the end. The rest in between will all be 3 single crochets together. So then you're going to chain 1, go into that same stitch as your last single crochet together, pull your yarn through, go into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, and go into the next stitch, pull your yarn through. Then you'll yarn over and pull through all 4. So just repeat that across, making your 3 single crochets together and chain 1, ending again in that 2 single crochets together at the very end. So I'm going to go ahead and write up on the screen the instructions for rows 1 and 2 so you can follow along that way if you prefer to read the pattern, or you can just watch row number 2 as many times as you need to complete your blanket. Thank you so much for joining me in today's tutorial for the rocking crochet stitch. If you want more crochet stitches like this, you can find them in my new playlist I'm creating here for YouTube. And this is a collection of different crochet stitches that you can use to make different textures, or it's great if you're just learning how to crochet and how to make different stitches. So you want to check that out. I'll put the link up here above so you can click on that and see if there's any other stitches you would like to practice. Thanks for joining me in today's video, and I will see you next time.